Bad news, Thanksgiving is this Thursday. That means we only have 2 days of school this week. On your days off, we want to remind you to be safe, be thankful, and to enjoy some extra time with your family.
We now go to our expert meal connoisseur, Mr. Matty, with some advice on eating right this Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving is the greatest holiday of all. It is a day in which you get to eat, hopefully copious amounts. That means a lot of food. It is a day in which I have spent 35 years, 34 years, I don't know how old I am, 30-something years practicing eating my Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, so as you get ready to think about eating dinner on Thursday, okay, whatever time that may be, you need to make sure that you have a plan in place for how you're going to eat your meal. It is the number one most important thing this week is that you put a plan into place and you execute it. Now, we might not be able to plan for all of the unexpected. I know my house for Thanksgiving, there's a bunch of like kind of random people that show up. They bring kind of random things. So you might have some unexpected hiccups on Thursday, but if you have a plan in place, you'll be ready to execute a proper Thanksgiving meal. Now, I'll tell you this. I eat 4 to 5 Thanksgiving meals a year. I spread them out. I practice throughout the year so I'm ready when the day comes. I run like Thanksgiving drills, so like in July I'll make a big turkey and potatoes and yams and everything else just so I know that I'm ready. It's true, Elias, it's true. Just so I'm ready when Thursday comes. I'm sure you have not done that, okay? But luckily for you, I have, and I have wisdom to share with you. Bless you. I'm gonna go through some things here. Now, I've also done a lot of research throughout the years. I'm gonna introduce you to some of the greats of Thanksgiving, some of the best eaters in American history. So we will talk about Lozano from the 1930s and the potato barrier method, okay, and his method here. We'll talk about some real innovators, people who changed the game with regards to Thanksgiving as we go. The number one thing you must do is you must collect data between now and Thursday. We want to make data-driven, evidence-based decisions. You cannot just show up on, this is what you guys do often. You just show up Thursday and you're like, well, I guess I'm here and I'll eat, right? Don't do that. Take control over your lives. If not for the entire life, at least for one day. Okay, so the number one thing you gotta figure out is what kind of potatoes are you going to have on Thursday? Okay, are they red? Are they yellow? Are they russet? Are they boiled? Are they mashed? Are they fried? Are they cheesy? Are they garlic? Are they not? There's a lot of options here potato-wise. Yes, ma'am? No. You don't know what it's going to be? This is now where you start asking those questions and you start formulating your plan. It is Tuesday. You have 2 days. You have something like 48 plus 6, 54 hours. A lot of people eat on Thanksgiving between about 2 and 5, somewhere in that afternoon. There's a reason for that, so we can go back and get leftovers that night. So the first question you got to figure out, what kind of potatoes, what flavor potatoes? On my plate, I'm gonna have yellows, not russets. Russets are peasant potatoes. I'm gonna have yellow potatoes, ideally the Natasha seed variety of yellow potatoes. On my plate, they will be mashed, whipped with a little bit of sour cream, a little bit of butter, not fried, not cheesy, not garlic. This is very important. We are not gonna show up to Thanksgiving dinner and mash all of our stuff together and then eat a big pile of mash, okay? We need to let the potatoes be the backbone of our plate. This goes back to 1932, okay? The Lozano potato barrier. Real innovator when it comes to eating Thanksgiving dinner. Lozano was the first person to create a potato barrier on the plate. Okay, we're gonna separate our foods using potatoes. We don't want all of our foods on Thanksgiving Day to touch. Sometimes you have stuff that you want gravy on. Sometimes you have other stuff. On my plate, we have, it's kind of gross. I don't like it, but I eat it on Thanksgiving. I think it's called ambrosia salad. It's like, I might have this where it's like fruit cocktail and like marshmallows, and there's like some coconut in it. It's really sweet. It's not very good, but we have it on Thanksgiving with some Miracle Whip, right? Miracle Whip, is that what it's called? Yeah. It's like mixed together. It's really sweet. I don't want it touching my turkey or my peas or my anything else. So I'm gonna take advantage of the Lozano potato barrier. And as I do this, okay, I'm personally on my plate gonna have some turkey over here. I'm gonna have some peas. Ooh, on my plate, I'm gonna have peas with pearl onions, the frozen peas with pearl onions. It's the only time I eat peas with onions. It's Thanksgiving, but it must be that way. I have some peas. I'm gonna have some stuffing, okay? For me, I'm gonna tuck away and hide some cranberry sauce right on this side right here. some cranberry sauce, right? Now, I'm also going to make sure that on my plate, my Lozano potato barrier is split, okay? I'm gonna create sections in my plate, and this way I can keep my food separate. For me, I'm gonna have some ham up here, okay? And then down below, I'm gonna have some green beans and whatever else is there, okay? It might be some yams, might be some sweet potatoes. It's gonna be whatever else is there on your plate. Now, Lozano was very, 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 very innovative with regards to potato barrier, but Mike Winters took it a step further in the 1940s. The Mike Winters gravy flow directional method, okay, is key to what we do on our plate. Now this is next level, okay? If this is your first year putting this stuff into practice, this might be above you, but I think you can get it done. So the Winters method of gravy directional flow is gonna tell us that we want to create peaks in our potatoes to run our gravy downhill, okay, kind of like lava. So if I can peak my potatoes on one side, I can direct where that gravy is gonna flow, and I can get a nice downhill flow to where I want it. This way, I don't want gravy on my ham. If I did, I could create a peak in the middle, a ridge, and run the gravy both ways. But gravy flow control is necessary for a successful Thanksgiving dinner, okay? Now, on my Thanksgiving, there's always some like weird random people that show up. It's one of the things I like about Thanksgiving. We wind up with like my aunt's coworker who can't get out of town to see her family, so she comes over, and we wind up with just kind of some random people around. They change every year. They introduce unexpected things. I'm gonna call it the wild card. Last year, my wild card was this like sweet potato and candied pecans and brown sugar thing. Sounds okay, it was wretched, it was not good. I know that there's going to be dishes on my table that are unaccounted for. And as a result, you'll notice my salad plate up here, okay? I am not going salad on my first set of Thanksgiving helping, okay, or my first plate. Not salad. I'm not gonna fill up on salad. Also, salad gets a little bit like overdressed and gets a little juicy. I don't want that on my first plate. Second plate, we'll get some greens, okay? So I'm gonna put my wild card up here. My wild card could be anything, and I wanna keep it separate because I don't know how it's gonna interact with the traditional things that I know are gonna be on my plate. So, Penelope, to your question of, I don't know what kind of potatoes I'm gonna have, these are the questions you should start asking, okay? Because you wanna make data-driven decisions. I know that personally, I will set myself up for success. I will put myself in the best position to succeed when it comes to eating my Thanksgiving meal. I hope you will as well. But the number one rule, the number one thing you must understand, and this goes back to your original question, is that failing to plan is planning to fail.